Welcome to Yoga for You, a channel tailored to helping you discover your very own unique yoga practice.
Hi everyone, my name is Shannon Liebel and I'm joining you from Lake Tahoe. We're going to do a quick back bending practice, so I'm going to have you meet me on your backs to start. And once you make your way onto your back, bend into both of your knees and set your feet on the earth. Take your arms by your side with your palms facing down and just take a moment to fully relax. So let your hips get really heavy. Feel the back of your head and your shoulders resting heavy on your mat. Just give yourself a moment to connect with the natural rhythm of your breath. And then I want you to check in and see if there's any way you can bring your hips more in line with your heels. And try to stack your knees directly over your ankles. Start to get a little bit stronger in the back of your arms, so root down through the palms, spread the fingers nice and wide, and let's start by taking the tips of the shoulder blades in towards the spine so that you feel the heart beginning to open. Now I want you to keep the soles of your feet rooted, but start to bring a little bit more weight into the heels, and with your inhale, slowly lift your hips up off the earth. Once your hips are lifted, you may find that you can shimmy the shoulders in a little closer to the spine. And if that's the case, maybe we interlace the fingers underneath the low back. Take the pinkies down onto the earth. And then while you're here, try to think about almost pressing the top of the mat away from you to help lift your hips a little bit higher. So think sternum to chin as you lift your hips. Give yourself just 2 more full cycles of breath. And then if you happen to interlace the fingers, very slowly begin to release the arms. Together we will all try to lower down 1 vertebra at a time from the top of the spine all the way to your hips. Now once you're there, separate your feet a little bit wider than your hips so you feel like the feet are on the outside edges of your mat. Reach your arms all the way overhead, have a soft bend in your elbows, and then just windshield wiper out your legs for a moment. So let both knees fall over to your right, let them drop over to your left. See if you can get some length in the front of the thighs and the hips as you take this on each side. So we'll just go 1 more time on each direction. And then hug both of your knees tight into your chest, and if it feels good, you can give yourself a little bit of movement on the low back. You can find some small circles, just rock to the right and the left, whatever feels best on your body. And then from here, we're going to make our way right into table. So if it feels okay, you can take a few rock and rolls up and down on your spine. If that doesn't feel good, just roll onto one side, press into your palms, make your way up, and we'll come into a tabletop position. So in this tabletop position, try to find a nice long line from the base of the spine out through the crown of your head. Starting at neutral, get a little bit stronger through the center of the body. So hug the ribs in, almost feel like you're tucking the hips under, and then extend the crown of the head straight forward. Now, with your next inhale, tilt your hips forward, let your belly drop, hug the tips of the shoulder blades in towards your spine and try to open up through your chest. Exhale, tuck the hips under, press into the palms, round through the spine and bring your chin to your chest. As you inhale, the belly drops, the heart lifts. And then on your exhale, round through the spine, chin to the chest. Now on your next inhale, as you drop the belly and lift the heart, also start to lift your right knee and imagine you're going to kick your head with your right foot. On your exhale, hug your right knee tight into the chest, press into the palms and round through your spine. Inhale, the belly drops, the heart lifts. Feel like you're going to kick your head. Exhale, tucking under. And then come back into your table, taking that on the other side. As you inhale, the belly drops, the heart lifts. Kick the head with your left foot. Exhale, hug the knee tight into the chest, press into the palms, create some space in between the shoulder blades here. Inhale, the belly drops, the heart lifts. Exhale to round through the spine and hug the knee in. Now, coming back into your tabletop position, keep your hips stacked directly over your knees. Start to walk your fingertips towards the top of the mat. So palms are rooted, fingers are spread nice and wide, and then tilting the hips forward, let your heart and your belly melt through to the earth. So right now, think about lengthening from the top of your hips all the way out through your fingertips. And also just allow for that gentle opening in your shoulders. And with your next inhale, we're going to come into a modified plank. So you may need to move the hands back just a few inches, shift the hips a little bit further forward. Stacking the shoulders over the wrists, find a nice long line from the knees to the crown of the head. We'll take a deep breath in here, and then on your exhale, tilt your hips forward, bending into your arms, take your chin and chest to the earth as you shift your gaze forward. With your inhale, move the front of the hips onto the earth, take the tips of the shoulder blades in towards the spine, lift the head and the heart, come into your cobra. Exhale, forehead back to the earth. Now take your hands a little bit wider and tense your hands, so that means only the fingertips are rooted. And with your inhale again, lift your heart and feel like you're coming into cobra. Now, keeping the heart lifted with an exhale, drop the right shoulder in the direction of your mat and shift your gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center, open up through the chest. Exhale, drop your left shoulder down towards the earth and shift your gaze over the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, the forehead touches down. This time, you're welcome to bring the palms underneath the shoulders for another cobra. Or maybe we take the palms more in line with the ribs, and as you inhale, lift your heart, your belly, and your hips. So thighs are strong, the knees are lifted. We're expanding through the chest in your upward facing dog. Exhale, take your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. And then in this down dog, find some movement. Whatever feels good. You can pedal out the legs, sway the hips, shake the head yes or no to help release through the neck. And then with your next inhale, let's lift your right leg high, bending into your right leg, stack your hips. So think right heel to left hip. Keep your left leg nice and strong and try to relax your left heel down. And then maybe see if you can take the right knee just a little bit higher to the sky. We'll take a deep breath in here. On your exhale, bring your right knee tight into your chest and step your right foot all the way through to the top of the mat. So give yourself time to make those adjustments so that we end up with the front knee stacked over the ankle and the back heel stacked over the toes. Once you have a nice wide stance between the feet, take your back knee down, untuck your back toe, take your right hand to the top of your thigh, take your left hand to the inside edge of the right foot, and then pressing into the right palm, start to find a twist. So as you take this twist, continue to try to move your left hip towards the top of the mat. Think about stacking the right shoulder on top of the left. And then depending on how your hip flexor's feeling, it might be that you stay right here, or if you want to get a little bit deeper, you have the option of bending into your left leg. Right arm can reach behind you to take a grip on the foot, and then just work on pulling the heel in a little closer to your hip. So always just letting your body be your guide. Trust what your body's telling you. Try to move without force, but also allow yourself to work a little deeper with every exhale that you take. Let's go just one more breath in. And then on your exhale, very slowly unwind. If you have the grip on the foot, release the foot down. Right now, we should all have the hands framing your right foot. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee. Again, let's find some rotation. So maybe we press into the right thigh, right fingertips will extend this time. Think about opening up through your chest. Try to feel like you're pressing the back of the left knee towards the sky and then pressing into your left palm. Imagine that you're going to take your left ribs further underneath your body. Keep the heart spinning open in this direction, and with your inhale, begin to stack your shoulders over your hips. So we're coming into revolved crescent here. Think about using the strength of the obliques to help work into the spiral line as you spin the heart open. And then if you're okay here, lift the left fingertips up towards the sky. Maybe we reach it up and back as the right hand comes to the outside edge of the left leg. So let's go just one more breath. And then on your next exhale, cartwheel the arms down. Let your hands frame your right foot. Get strong through the arms, and with your inhale, right foot will step back to meet the left, come into your version of plank. Exhale, shifting forward, drop down to the knees, untuck the toes, take your knees, chin, and chest. With your inhale, either upward facing dog or stick with cobra. Exhale, take your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, and a long, relaxing breath out. On your next inhale, we'll lift your left leg high, bending into your left leg, stack your hips. So think left heel to right hip, right leg stays strong, right heel drops down. Keep trying to move your heart in the direction of your right leg. And then on your next exhale, we'll take your left knee into the chest and step it all the way through to the top of the mat. So always give yourself time to work into your alignment. Find a nice strong base. Make sure your feet are in line with your hips. Stack your joints, front knees over the ankle, back heels over the toes. And then let's take your back knee down, untuck your back toe, root down through the right hand to the inside edge of the left foot. Left hand comes to the top of the thigh, and then we'll roll your left shoulder back. I wish you all were here to enjoy the view. So again, option to stay right here, or if you want to deepen into the front of the right hip, you're welcome to stay right here, or maybe we bend into the right leg. Your left arm can reach behind you to take a grip on the right foot, and then just work on bringing the heel in the direction of your hip. So if you're taking the option with the left lifted leg, make sure that you're still pressing into the right hand to create the rotation in the upper body. We'll go just one more breath in. On your exhale, slowly release the right foot down if that was the option that you took. From here, tuck your back toe, lift your back knee so that you come back into that lunge alignment. So back leg stays nice and strong. Press back into the right hand. With your inhale, start to find your twist. So maybe we start with the left hand to the thigh or fingertips extend. Getting stronger in the right arm and also into the obliques to see if we can find a little bit more rotation. And then with your inhale, begin to stack your shoulders over your hips. So right fingertips extend forward, left fingertips extend behind you. Now check in. Sometimes we try to take the twist by pulling the arm across the body. I want you to feel like the twist is coming from the center of the body. So keep one long line, fingertip to fingertip. And then if you're steady here, right palm flips up, right arm reaches up and over as the left hand tries to reach towards the outside edge of your back leg. Let's go one more breath in. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down to frame the left foot. Get strong through the arms, and with your inhale, left foot steps back to meet the right. Come into your plank. Now listen carefully on your exhale, drop down to your knees. Shift your hips back so that they're stacked over the knees. And again, take your fingertips towards the top of the mat and find your puppy pose. So as you breathe in, try to feel your ribs expand. As you breathe out, just let your heart melt through. With your next inhale, come back into your modified plank. So take any adjustments that you need. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, tilting the hips forward, bending into the arms. Take your chin and chest down onto the earth. With your inhale, take your cobra or your upward facing dog. On your exhale, take your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Give yourself a full cycle of breath. Now from here, I'm gonna have you make your way to a seated position. So you're welcome to drop down to your knees and just swing your legs around. If you have a walk up or a jump up practice to the top of the mat, you're welcome to take that and make your way onto your back. And let's come right back into that position that we started in. So bend into both legs, take the soles of the feet to the earth. Have your heels in line with your hips, have your knees stacked over your ankles, and take your arms by your side with your palms facing down. Now, take the tips of the shoulder blades in towards the spine. Let's work into another bridge. Press into the soles of the feet, but again, a little bit more weight into the heels. Lift the hips, and then maybe we shimmy the shoulders back in and see if we can get a little bit more lift up and back. So right now, try to check in and make sure your knees aren't splaying in or out. Let's go one more breath in. And then on your exhale, release any grip that you may have. Very slowly lower all the way down. And I just want you to allow your upper body and your hips to get really heavy. Give yourself one more full cycle of breath. Now we're going to take one more set of bridge if that's what's feeling good in your body, or you'll be taking wheel. So if you want to take the wheel practice, I'll be walking you through that. If you want to take another bridge, set yourself up just like we did before. Arms by your side, soles of the feet rooted, and you'll just lift your hips up off the earth. If you're coming into wheel, feel like you're pushing your elbows into the earth, extending your fingertips towards the sky. Now flex into your wrists and keep your arms in that shape. Take your palms to your mat right by your head so that your elbows face the sky and your hands are by your ears. So you may want to walk your heels in just a little closer to the body. Try to feel like you're hugging the elbows in towards the head. And then with your inhale, begin to lift your hips up off the earth. And once your hips can't lift any higher, get really strong in your arms and press your entire body up off the earth. So I still want that up and back motion. Think about pressing your chest to the back of your mat. And if you'd like, you can walk the feet in a little closer. You can play around with lifting up onto your toes. Just make sure that the shoulders, the chest, and your spine are feeling okay in your body right now. Let's go one more breath in. And then together we'll all bring the chin to the chest. If you're in wheel, start to bend into your arms, rolling down one vertebra at a time. And this time as your hips hit, hug your knees into your shoulders. So I want just a little bit of space in between the knees here. Try to feel like you're pulling the knees down and along the side of your body. Maybe you start to find some movement here. Or if you'd like, coming into a full happy baby. So flex the feet towards the sky, take a grip on the outer edges of the feet, start to pull the knees alongside the body. So right now we want to neutralize the spine after all the back bending. Think about dropping the tailbone down. And at the same time, make sure we're not crunching into the back of the neck. So if you feel your chin lifting up, just think about slowly lowering it in the direction of your chest. And then while you're here, you can find any movement that feels good. You can sway to the left and the right. You can straighten out one or both legs. Whatever it is that your body needs to unwind from your back bends. Let's go just one more breath in. And then on your exhale, bring the soles of your feet together. Take the outer edges of your feet to your mat. Let your knees drop open like a book. So I'm going to ask that you flex into your wrists again. Try to take the very base of your palm to the crease of your hip. So your fingertips are going to face outward towards your knees. Physically try to squeeze the soles of your feet together. And then I want you to feel like you're going to press your thighs in the direction of your feet. And as you do that, maybe see if you can move the shoulders back even just a ½ inch further to help you find extra length through your spine. So this should feel like an active position in your body right now. Hold for just another 3, 2, and then on 1, slowly release your arms by your side with your palms facing up. You're welcome to keep your legs right here, or maybe we start to extend the right leg straight so the right heel touches down at the top corner of your mat. Left heel moves to the top left corner, finding whatever Shavasana works for your body, giving yourself time to make the adjustments it needs after the movement that you just gave it. Just allow all of your muscles to melt off your bones. And give yourself permission to rest and be still. Now you are more than welcome to stay in the Shavasana as long as you'd like. But that's it for me today. Thanks so much for joining. See you guys soon.